Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalrin, and in today's video I want to talk a bit about the 8.1 feature coming out in the future patch for World of Warcraft, the Incursions. The Incursions is supposed to be another type of an event to make you really feel like the Horde and Alliance are at each other's throats. It is very similar, if not exactly the same, as the Demon Invasions back in Legion. So these are more faction based. You have the Horde and the Alliance tussling it out, you have big giant warships, and it does have some cool appeal to it. It really does kind of try to make you feel like there's an actual battle for Azeroth going on, which is nice and dandy. The one aspect of Incursions that I don't see enough people talking about, and I feel like this one needs to be addressed, especially with recently Blizzard taking a lot of the feedback, like for example adding a currency for Mythic Plus chess for 8.1 in future patches. Like, Blizzard is listening to feedback and they're making changes, so I think it's a good idea to voice when you think there's issues coming out. One of the things that a lot of people have been really waiting for towards Incursions is the fact that you might be able to level your alts with these Incursions, very similar how people leveled their alts with Legion Demon Invasions. The Invasions is something I still do to this day if I have a character around that level and if the event is available. What was awesome, particularly for me, about these Invasions is they were kind of like this easy way to level and almost like the lazy man's leveling method. If you're someone who's done and played the story of Kultiras and Zandalar like multiple times over on multiple characters, you've seen just about every single quest line available, and maybe you're tired of doing islands all the time to grind for your characters. Well, in Legion, what Invasions used to do is allowed you to get at least a whole level's worth of XP on a character that was fully heirloomed, and it took you maybe between 10 to 15 minutes to even complete one of these, because all you had to do, especially if you had flying, it was much easier to fly over to the area, do that world quest for that zone. You could even pair up and look up for other people if you're fighting against a massive rare to make sure you have tanks and healers and everybody else who can help you tag this challenging foe. And they were really something easy and simple, and everybody could do them. What some people even did is made sure that they had a bunch of alts available so they could just run them through back to back. Let's say Invasions available, they'll run their Druid and get a level, they'll run their Mage, get a level, they'll run the Warlock, get a level. Okay, they've maybe spent like 30 minutes getting a whole level for all these characters, and now they can go and play their main and work on their main or do whatever they wanted to do. Incursions are not looking like this is going to be the best way to quest, and that's why I'm making a video right now. It does look like right now, and it is still PTR, it's still subject to change, so maybe they'll adjust this in the future, but by the time you actually complete the Incursion, you get maybe a fourth of a level, and that made me a little bit, I guess, uneasy, because I thought, and I was kind of expecting, like a lot of other people were, it was going to be a lot of easy, fast XP. When checking out the Incursions, I decided to transfer to the PTR my main character and see if maybe Incursions is a better place for alts after they have hit max level, because the rewards for Incursions for main level characters are actually pretty good. You can either get a weapon or an Azeroth piece of gear that is going to be 370, maybe sometimes 355, depending on the item level of your character. The other Incursion bonuses on my main drop me gear, at least right now on PTR, of 350 item level, so it makes me think maybe this is one of those features that we would be doing on our alts to help our alts gear, rather than helping our alts that are questing to get a bunch of experience. This is still PTR, so Blizzard might go ahead and change this, and maybe the values currently that we have right now are not set in stone. Maybe these values will start to feel a little bit more impactful once eventually Blizzard will allow us to use heirloom gear to quest through Battle for Azeroth areas. The only other thought process that I have here is maybe they won't allow this to happen because of the necklace and the catch-up mechanism that exists with the necklace. Because we don't have separate artifact weapons per spec for every single class to level separately with all that AP, and instead we only have a necklace, and as long as you maintain your necklace, you should be able to play all three specs properly. You should be able to unlock all the different bonuses for your Azeroth gear. Maybe that's the only reason why I think Blizzard might not add something like this and might not increase the amount of rep we have from Incursions. But the only reason I even come up with this thought process is if I try to kind of like play devil's advocate, I try to rationalize like why Blizzard might not want to do that. Like if that was the last thing on the mind, what would be the explanation? And that's the best that I can come up with. Overall, I do hope that they do increase the XP for this, and I think it would be a good idea if you want something like this to make a forum post on the forums and try to spread the news with the community. Because right now Blizzard is taking a lot of the feedback from community, and it looks like they are listening to players. I feel like it's a good idea to throw all the ideas on the table, so we might be able to get these changes made as soon as possible. But I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts. What do you think about Incursions? Would you want it to be very similar to Legion Invasions? And would you want it to be an easy leveling system? Or are you satisfied with it just being a system that you can utilize for all your max level alts to just grind up a little bit extra gear? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see all of you guys in another video.